Millions of years ago, the Earth was very different. This Earth was full of jungle and wild animals. There were long and big rivers and many giant animals. There was one peaceful and lazy dinosaur that was Braichiosaurus. Braichiosaurus lived about 154 to 150 million years ago during the late Jurassic period. Real scientists discovered its fossils in North America, especially in places that are now Colorado and Utah. The name Brachiosaurus means arm lizard because its front legs were longer than its back legs. This made its body stand high, like a living tower. When Brachiosaurus walked, the ground would shake. It was taller than most buildings and heavier than many trucks combined. Even though it looked powerful, it was not a hunter. It was a gentle giant that spent its life eating plants and moving slowly across the land. This dinosaur did not roar like monsters in movies. It lived quietly, focusing on survival in a dangerous world full of predators. Brachiosaurus was the tallest dinosaur scientists discovered. Its neck was long and has heavy body. Its long neck helped him to reach to the top of tall trees. Brachiosaurus was the grass or plant-eating dinosaur and lived on the ground. Scientists believe Brachiosaurus ate leaves from trees like conifers and ginkgos. It needed a huge amount of food every day to keep its massive body alive. Imagine eating hundreds of kilograms of leaves daily just to survive. Its teeth were not sharp. They were shaped for stripping leaves, not chewing meat. Food was swallowed and later broken down inside its body. This slow eating style matched its calm and peaceful nature. Brachiosaurus likely lived in groups. Staying together helped protect young ones from danger. Baby Brachiosaurus were small compared to adults, but they still grew very fast. Even so, they were easy targets for predators. The Brachiosaurus were not safe in their times. Many meat-eating animals were also there to kill them, especially the youngest. Brachiosaurus lived millions of years before Tyrannosaurus rex, so they never met. But during its time, Brachiosaurus faced other deadly hunters like Allosaurus and Torvosaurus. These predators were smaller than Brachiosaurus, but they were fast, smart, and dangerous. The full adult Brachiosaurus was not easy to kill. Its strong defense was its long height. It had very strong legs and can kill predator in a single kick. Due to its size, predators avoid to kill big Brachiosaurus. Instead, predators focused on the weak. Young, sick, or injured Brachiosaurus were their main targets. A group of hunters would attack together, using sharp teeth and claws to cause bleeding and exhaustion. Imagine a young Brachiosaurus trying to keep up with the herd. A moment of weakness could mean death. Predators waited patiently for such chances. Even with danger all around, Brachiosaurus survived for millions of years. It adapted, grew larger, and continued its peaceful life. But no animal, no matter how big, can escape changes in nature forever. The extinction of Brachiosaurus was not sudden like a single attack. It was slow, quiet, and unstoppable. As the time getting passed, the Earth began to change. Weather and climate started to change. Some areas began to dry, and other areas began flooded. The big forests started disappearing, and the food began to shrink for plant-eating animals. As food became harder to find, giant plant eaters like Brachiosaurus suffered the most. Their massive bodies needed huge amounts of leaves. When trees vanished, survival became difficult. Rivers changed their paths. Seasons became less predictable. Eggs failed to hatch. Young dinosaurs struggled to grow strong enough to survive. Predators did not cause extinction alone, but they added pressure. Weak populations were easy targets. Each loss made survival harder for the species. Scientists believe that environmental changes over millions of years played a major role in the disappearance of Brachiosaurus. Nature does not rush, but it also does not stop. By the end of the Jurassic period, the world was no longer friendly to giants like Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus lived on Earth for a long time. It saw generations rise and fall. It survived predators, hunger, and harsh weather. Yet even the largest creatures cannot fight the slow power of change. Its footsteps faded, its forests vanished, and slowly, the gentle giant disappeared from the world. But how exactly did the final generations live their last days? The green land and the big trees began to shrink. Some forests disappeared, and some became thinner. Seasons for Brachiosaurus became very harsh to live. For a giant like Brachiosaurus, this was a serious problem. Its body was built for abundance. Every day, it needed enormous amounts of food. When trees became fewer, long journeys were required to find enough leaves. These journeys were dangerous, especially for young and old members of the herd. Long walks meant more energy spent and less energy gained. Weakness slowly entered the population. New baby Brachiosaurus were born in hard environment. They would not be able to grow in these harsh environments. The climate damaged the eggs of the animals. Flood destroyed their living places and their nests. The droughts removed the whole jungles. There was no single day when Brachiosaurus disappeared. It was a slow fading, like a shadow at sunset. Predators sensed weakness. As Brachiosaurus populations became smaller, hunters found easier targets. Young dinosaurs that fell behind the herd were attacked. Injured adults could no longer defend themselves. Meat-eating dinosaurs did not cause extinction alone, but they increased the pressure. When plant eaters decline, predators suffer too, but predators can adapt faster. Giants cannot. A Brachiosaurus that once stood tall above danger now struggled to protect its young. Herds became smaller, protection became weaker. Nature does not show mercy, it only follows balance. Scientists believe that major environmental changes played the biggest role in the extinction of Brachiosaurus. Continents began to change their styles. Climates and weather changed. New plants replaced the old plants. Brachiosaurus depend tree. Those tree no longer available. Smaller plant-eating dinosaurs could survive on new food sources. Brachiosaurus could not adapt fast enough. Its size, once its greatest strength, became its greatest weakness. A world that could no longer feed giants slowly removed them from existence. Over thousands of years, fewer eggs hatched, fewer young survived. Old individuals died without replacement. At some point, the last Brachiosaurus walked the earth. No one knows where it stood. No one heard its final breath. When these giant animals disappeared, the land became very quiet. No more shaking ground from heavy footsteps, no more shadows moving across forests. The tallest trees stood untouched, no longer stripped of leaves. Life moved on. New animals evolved. Smaller dinosaurs thrived. The world continued without the gentle giant. Its bones slowly turned into stone. Buried under layers of soil, they waited millions of years in silence. Time passed. Ice ages came and went. Continents changed shape. Humans appeared. Humans uncovered the remains. When scientists discovered Brachiosaurus fossils, they did not just find bones, they found a story of life, survival, and loss. Brachiosaurus teaches us that size does not guarantee survival. Strength does not stop extinction. Even the most powerful creatures depend on the balance of nature. When the environment changes too fast, life struggles to keep up. This lesson is important today. Our world is changing again. Forests are disappearing. Climate is shifting. Animals are struggling. The story of Brachiosaurus is not just about the past, it is a warning for the future. It lived peacefully, asking only for food and space to survive. For millions of years, it succeeded. But time defeated it. Today, it lives only in fossils, museums, and stories like this one. Its body became stone, its world vanished, but its story remains alive. Every time we speak its name, the giant walks again in our imagination. This heavy-sized animal tells us that if you are the strongest or you're the biggest body, no matters in this world. One day, everything has to be vanished.